start. Anyway, let me not transgress the limit from the education point of view. Stop. I am just coming to it. Stop. I say, please give me one taluk or one district, and I will see that the money spent on education in a particular place under a particular taluk within 10 years give you a benefit of 10%. Stop. Let us have an experiment. Stop. I have been saying this from 1948. Stop. If you want, I will show you a copy of it which I sent to Pandit Nehru, who was then the Prime Minister, and to the Education Minister as well as others. Stop. Let us try to be practical in approach. Stop. Para. Coming to elementary education, have we succeed in it? Stop. Is it not a directive principle of state policy to provide elementary education to all? Stop. We have passed 22 years and have we succeeded in it? Stop. Is it not very shameful for us that even now the percentage of literacy is barely 37%? Stop. These days, the attendance in the elementary schools is between 40 to 60 per teacher. Stop. If anybody or any officer sees this and still keeps quiet when a teacher has 40 pupils to teach, he should be either a dunce or a crook or a misfit in the society. Stop. Para. In elementary education, the maximum a teacher can handle is not more than 15 or 20. Stop. It can increase afterwards. Stop. The foundation has to be stronger in the beginning stages. Stop. I request the minister to spend any amount for elementary education, but not to allow more pupils in a class. Stop. He should see if it is not possible for us to fix up an average attendance by 15 or 20 for a teacher up to the third standard, and afterwards it can go to 15 to 30. Stop. In high schools it can go up to 40. Stop. I know a number of classes having more than 80 students in a class. Stop. What can you call it except a flock? Stop. Para. Coming to high school education, the best type of education that our country needs and could have been benefited by was basic education evolved by Mahatma Gandhi. Stop. How far we have succeeded in it and have we been influenced in implementing it? We have simply spoiled the very root of the principle here. Stop. In countries like Germany or Russia and other socialist countries, the work oriented education in paying the dividends in hundreds and thousands. Stop. Here, if a boy passes his matriculation or BA, he feels he should have only a white collar job. Stop. Pay the laborer more than what you pay to a graduate or an IAS, and then more people will go for work oriented education. Stop. Then people would like to work in the fields and industries. Stop. Era. Coming to the colleges, people are enamored to start colleges and open universities, forgetting that each college needs a principal and each university needs a vice chancellor who travel everywhere. Stop. Para. We can utilize the services of volunteers, fresh graduates, and we should work out a scheme to employ them at a fairly large scale. Graduates as volunteers who would be going to the villages and working in that village schools. Stop. For example, senior students, high school students, college students coming back to the villages during vacations can be utilized for this purpose. Stop. Their services can be utilized. Stop. We can organize camps where the students are living in their small hamlets, and a big and proper school cannot be provided to them. Stop. Then we can take these children to the camps. Stop. Maybe a 1 day camp or a 2 day camp once a month to the nearest good school where they can be exposed to proper schooling. And the second strategy that we should think of is to go in for the concept of community school. Stop. Our concept of community school is that the school would be in a sense the center of community life. Stop. To this would be attached a balwadi for the little children, because so far as girls are concerned, most of the older girls have their responsibilities of looking after younger children. Stop. So if there is a good balwadi, then the younger children could be brought there, could be bathed there, could be given one meal. Stop. This ministry has a scheme of nutrition program for the little children. Stop. They can be provided with one meal, and many of those older girls who could learn how to look after the younger babies under the guidance of some teacher. Stop. And this would be a good training for them, and this could be a part of their work experience as well as their social service. Stop. We want also that these schools should be the centers of adult education. Stop. By adult education, I am really thinking of the youths, especially between the ages of 14 to 23. While I recognize that we must think of everybody, I feel that we should leave to the voluntary agencies the responsibility for educating all those who are above 23 years. Stop. We should also try to use the mass media for providing education for those who are above 23. Stop. But we must concentrate in a very big way on the age group of 15 to 23 years who are out of school but who should be provided with physical culture, with recreation, as well as with literacy and continuing education. Stop. We should also mobilize those forces for various social services activities and utilize all the various ways and techniques of giving them real education, exposing them to museums, science museums, cultural museums, organize mobile laboratories, take them to see mobile laboratories, explain the modern scientific principles, explain the main features of Indian art and sculpture, and so on, so that they can develop a sense of identity with our national tradition as well as with modernity and a modern outlook. Stop. I am also keen that the present complete compartmentalization should be ended. Stop.